Imagine spending years building a life with someone only to find out you were the only one building it.
10 years of my life, it pained me, Baba. If I had a kid out of wedlock, I would have been justified that, oh, my wife can do whatever she wants to do. If I had a kid out of wedlock, I would have been justified. What did I do but just love? My wife traveled 6 years and for the small money I was earning, I was sending money to my wife every time. I have receipts here. Me abroad. I was sending flowers. I had friends in the US and I would beg them to buy flowers and deliver in her house. My wife didn't bother to come back since 2021. I did not see my wife again until last year that I sent her money to buy ticket to come to Nigeria. I went with 2 cars to the airport. With my friends, I gave my friends phone so that they welcome her. I couldn't get a clip of me hugging my wife. You haven't seen your husband in 4 years. And I went to pick you up at the airport and you did not hug me. We got home and she did not kiss me. She did not hug me. I slept in the living room for 2 days. I never get car since I came to Lagos. Last year was the first time I got a car. I bought a Lexus RX 350. I bought it with my hard-earned money when I stopped sending money abroad.
This is the story of a man who did what most would call the right thing. For over a decade, he provided. He sent money to his wife abroad, made sacrifices, all with one goal: to build a stable life with his wife. From a distance, everything looked normal. But when she finally returned, something was not right. She was cold, distant, and disconnected. She showed her husband no warmth, and there was no real connection. And if you have ever been in something like that, you know you can feel when something is off before you can even prove it. Then he found out something that changed everything.
Only for me to find out 2 days ago that the person that she was staying, that she claimed was a flatmate, was sleeping with her.
He found that she's been living with another man in the States where she was resided. And the explanation she gave when asked, he's just a roommate. But the evidence the husband found told a different story. His wife has been living a completely different life, running parallel to the one he thought they were building.
Men have no problem with relationships or marriages. What they do have a problem with, divorce and wasting their time. Men have no problem with committing. See, the thing is, nowadays in 2026, if you commit yourself to a woman, but you make her unhappy, she just unhappy, or whatever the reason is, she's going to leave you. She's going to try to do her best to wreck your life. Back in the day, relationships and marriages made sense. I went out, I worked, you stay home, you took care of the kids, you took care of the house. It made sense. Nowadays, it don't make sense. Don't get me wrong. Now, there are people in relationships and marriages that are working because those are two good people who found each other, and the relationship and marriage make sense. Men have no problem with commitment. I had the same barber for 10 years, and when he stopped being my barber, I had the same barber for the last 6 years. From 2010 to 2020, I had the same barber. From 2020 to 2026, same barber. My car right there, my orange Camaro, I had that same car for 10 years. Men have no problem with commitment when it make sense. I lived at the same house for 8 years. Once I left that house and moved into the next house, I've been living in the same house for 6 years. Men have no problem with commitment. I worked a job for 5 years. The supervisor said, hey, I'm about to leave. I caught wind that in the next year or two, this job will be closing. Do what you will with that information. So I started looking for another job and worked that job for 5 years until the pandemic hit. So I worked 2 different jobs for 5 years. Men don't have a problem with commitment when it makes sense. I've been at this job I'm at now for 3 years. When it makes sense, we don't have a problem with committing. But a lot of shit don't make sense, especially in relationships and marriage. I work too much, then you go sleep with another dude. I don't work enough and since I don't work enough, I don't have enough money. So now you go sleep with a dude with more money. It just doesn't make sense. And that's why men are not committing to y'all no more.
Now, if you have listened to this point and you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now because we break down stories like these and connect them to the bigger questions men are asking about relationships today. You may be wondering why this man was so much broken and sobbing like a child. Let me tell you this, it's not just the cheating that has broken him, it is the realization that while he was sacrificing, someone else was benefiting. The life he thought was real wasn't, and this is what unreciprocated investment, especially in relationships and marriages, looks like. The man was building and his wife was destroying. And by the time the truth came out, the damage was already done. And you wonder why more men are stepping back from marriage or serious commitments? Because stories like these aren't rare anymore. They are more common than you think. The thing is, men are seeing these patterns play out. And you know what? Men don't just ignore it, they adjust.
Because here's the problem. Here's the problem with modern marriage from a man's perspective, as far as I'm concerned. Most of the marriages I know, okay, the man provides financially, he protects, right? What does the woman bring? She brings love, affection, a little bit of sweetness at the end of the day, sex. She brings, taking care of kids. Okay, if you get divorced, every single thing on that side of the man equation, he can be compelled to do by the power of the state, and if he fails to do it, they can put him in jail. Nothing on that other side, the female side, is enforceable at law. The court cannot order her to be nice to you, to fuck you, to be a wonderful mother to your children. She can't. They can't force that. So when you have a contract where only one side of it is enforceable with the power of the state and the other side is not, my attitude is, why don't we then just have an honest conversation?
Divorce is harder on men. People do not think that divorce is harder on men because men move on quicker. But what they don't realize is that these men are grieving. They don't have a social network to talk to and to be supportive of them, so they're moving on. Men bottle up their emotions, and that results in depression and anxiety. Generally, they don't have a lot of people to talk to about this stuff, and they're not able to really express themselves and talk about the terrible feelings that they have. Generally, men's health declines. Many men self-medicate, turn to alcohol and drugs because they don't have a support system. And then they rush into new relationships because they don't want to be alone. Now, not only are they grieving over one bad relationship, now they have two bad relationships. And then there's the kids that they feel that they've lost. Their time sharing, their visitation is not always 50%. And they feel that they've lost touch with their children.
Men who get divorced, their risk of suicide skyrockets. So the question is why? And I think it is because of this sense of not being needed. Because marriage, being with the kids and kind of with the mum, is just an incredibly important way for men to feel needed, connected, involved, etc. Wifeless men, partnerless men, childless men, they don't do so well. In fact, they do terribly.
Let us talk about what happens to men after a divorce. That part is barely talked about. The spotlight is always on the woman. How strong she is, the support she gets, the encouragement to move on and start again. But for the man, silence. Now from the outside, it looks like the man has moved on fast, like he's fine. But behind the scenes, it's a different story. A lot of men are dealing with isolation because there is no real support system, no space to actually process what had just happened. So they do what they've always been taught to do. They keep it in. And when you suppress that kind of pain, it does not disappear. It shows up in other ways. It shows up in his declining health. It shows in the use of substance. The man may jump into new relationships too quickly, not because they are ready, but because they are trying to escape the silence. And then the ones that cuts really deep is when he has reduced access to his children. Literally, that man has been disconnected from his life, from the very thing he created, from the very thing he built and sustained. So while society assumes men recover quickly, a lot of them are just carrying it quietly.
As somebody who never got married and doesn't have kids, the older I get, the happier I am with my decision. Specifically, not getting married. Everywhere I look, I see divorce. Everywhere. It's very rare that somebody is married long-term and happy. Usually the people who are married after, I don't know, a couple of years, they're miserable. And most of them get divorced. Some of them stuck it out because of the kids or whatever the reasons are. Marriage in today's age is just not worth it. The only thing you're doing if you're getting married is you're risking losing all of your assets. I say all of your assets because there's plenty of men who lost everything, who are now homeless because they got divorced. It's just not worth it anymore, guys. It's not worth it. If you're married and your wife just decides not to work and she's just at home and not doing anything, if you get divorced, you are screwed. You are screwed because you're going to have to pay her alimony and you're going to have to probably give her the house, pay for the house, pay for her lawyer, your lawyer, all of that shit. It can be financially draining. In most cases, it is financially draining. It's just not a good proposition anymore to get married. If you want to be with somebody, be with somebody. Why do you need to be married? You know what? I know why. Because women are pushing for marriage. Women are the ones pushing for marriage. And then women are also the ones that are initiating divorce. Make that make sense. Because women are emotional. They can love you and like you 1 year, and then in 2 months, they don't like you anymore. And they want a divorce. And then you're screwed. Forget about all the wows and everything. If woman changes her mind, and they do change their mind often, as you all know, they change their mind often. One day she loves you, next day she doesn't love you anymore and wants to divorce you. Because that's how she feels. So if she can do that, why getting married? Because if you're not married, she doesn't like you, she can go. You don't lose anything. You don't lose half of your shit or most of your shit. So don't get married. If you want to be with somebody, be with somebody. You can live with them. You can share household with them. You can do whatever you want to do without signing some papers with the state, so the state can decide how to split up your assets when you get married. It's not even if anymore, it's when. So stay smart, don't get married.
And so here's the question. If men start stepping away from marriage, from signing contracts that legally bind them to a woman, does that actually solve anything? If men decide they are done with modern relationships, does that protect them from losing everything? Does it restore their sense of self-worth? And on the other side, does it change how women move? Does it lead to better behavior from women? Does it reduce the number of shattered families in our communities? Or does it just create a different kind of problem? I don't have all the answers. Maybe you do. But then, let me know what you think in the comments. If you found value in this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.